Welcome back, everybody. We're now quickly going to be shooting off to top 4 of BCS Spain between Nicholas Hu and Dave Vett. And they're going to be able to be good to go to start as soon as they're ready. I think that's going to be deciding who's going to be going first right now. I believe we have a Crest Neo versus Katrina, so that's going to be a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. Also very rough for Neo Nectar, right? But it also depends on if Nuba hits the crest or not. Because I think hitting the crest, not hitting the crest might be a different approach how to play it.
Yeah, real game changer in this matchup. Yeah, Dave's going first as well, so Nicholas going second. So he's going to potentially have access to things that aren't history collection.
But I think maybe as Nuba you still history collection, but also like it opens the door for Dave if he wants history collection, right?
Do you think you can keep up with a Neo Nectar's like infinite PGs without 2 of your own?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think as Nuba you might have to history, right? Because it enables like.
It's also like a flip too, right?
Yeah, and also like the protect. You need to protect for Neo, right?
Oh, hang on.
Like
so I think that's just the top 5. I think that's just the rank fixer. So let's see if he's actually got it in hand. If he doesn't, that could be rough. Has he got it? And there we go. That's the 83% coming out immediately. Generating card, drawing 2 cards, revealing a 70-pound card to add a 20-cent card to his hand.
Yeah, this matchup might be rough, but also like.
There we go, showing us the Messiah.
Depends on Dave approaches it, right?
It really is, yeah.
Because like having protect markers against Neo is very valuable.
And the crazy thing as well is like we're at the stage of the game where like every single player is 1 win away from Worlds.
Yeah.
So like the pressure's really on.
Yeah, like winning here is just getting the finals is a nice feeling. Knowing you have an invite and 1 step away from the paid invite is very huge.
That 24-hour layover, we're gonna go crazy. That's to be fair, the final combo has been like putting in so much work today. And yeah, even Dave going straight to 1 damage there.
I think the interesting part here is I think the Nubatama here might have won a dice roll and chose to go second.
Possibly,
I'm not sure because he has a 2 tickets, which can maybe avoid Neo to play around that using the tickets, right? But I'm not sure on that. Checking a crit here is very huge.
Even the mix-up coming out as well, but Dave on being on 3 is a really important thing here. Yeah, I think he's whiffing it just to bounce the 2 things to his hand, passing turn, saying your opponent, Dave, if you want drive checks, you need to give me that CB. Because otherwise, I do see a world where Dave tries to swing at Rios just like trying to heal down and negate.
But I don't think Nuba needs to counterblast turn 2 anyway.
It doesn't, no.
Because in the ideal situation, they're gonna ride here Shiranui anyway.
Well, it depends because we've seen Nubatama players run Nagatsu Gale recently. That's a CB1 SP.
Yeah, that could happen, yeah.
I don't know if that was Nicholas on it because Nicholas is normally Nicholas is the guy, one of my locals, one of the UK Greg's gang. Brexit's biggest rival. But the thing with the Nicholas is like he's very known for like cooking up really interesting brews. So in the UK, he's been one of the players who's revolutionized Shoji Doji quite a bit. So he ran the Snake with a Doji ride line in Seoul because all of the Doji support only calls for a grade 3 with Doji in its name. So you basically have a Doji like that calls 3 unprecedented back row and starts swinging it. And like when you're playing Doji, that's like a crazy like tech.
Yeah.
So he's always got something interesting in the bag. So I wonder if that's going to come up, especially here in Premium. Because yeah, he's a cook. He's nothing if not a cook. Q in the most standard Shiranui this real life. Dave merely going for the tri-laning, knowing that Nicholas shouldn't be able to keep up with this.
Decides to aggroing really out, even with horticulture out. So maybe the second counterblast does help him a lot in this scenario.
Very, very possible here. I wonder if Nicholas is considering taking some of this.
Yeah, hitting a barrage of early swings with low numbers.
Because like, I guess your fear is you don't want to, because they don't have boosters, you don't want to commit the heal guard and then he just checks the trigger.
Yeah.
And then like now you're eating damage anyway. And, like I feel like when you're committing heal guards, your brain really does say, ooh.
The Elementario.
Your brain really does say, I don't want to be taking damage once you commit the heal guard. So if you commit it and start taking hits, I feel like that's really damaging.
Yeah, using horticulture here, having more aggression. Oh, still no defensive here. That's so this 10 still hits.
Yeah, I believe we're experiencing some difficulties with the damage cast. We're just going to disconnect this here for a minute. That issue.
Also recycling the flower carpet here.
Yeah, 3-2 is rough here. The thing is, Nicholas is has a deck that doesn't really scale off of CB that much. So like to him, it's really just exactly what he needs.
Yeah.
Whereas Dave explicitly needs counterblast as the game goes on.
I think in this matchup, in the end, what Nuba has to do is like you go like big numbers with Crest, right? And then you go with Tsukumura-kan. It says counterblast 2. It goes down to 4, and it's gonna be really rough, depending on like how many cards, like how many damage Neo has. Because like with Tsukumura-kan, you have a dominate swing, so you go down to 4 first, and then dominate swing to Vanguard, which is like 5k guard arguably, which maybe no intercept there you can do. And then you have like 2 resenders and Vanguard swing, which is 5 attacks, and with 4 cards in hands to guard 6 swings. I mean,
it's very possible. Yeah, you're right.
Riding a Seike here,
which is like not ideal, but I feel like it's not the end of the world either, because I think he's got another one in hand, right?
yeah. Depends on how he can do his early. Oh, just swinging with the Vanguard.
Yeah. Directly swing. Yeah, I think he's just trying to put on the pressure here. Because I feel like I know Dave probably. Oh, Dave wouldn't fall for this. It's a critical, but yeah, it doesn't
That's
really
correct.
matter.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the thing that matters is like, I feel like a lot of players when they're on 4, when they know that like the Vanguard can check a crit, they're gonna be more tempted to take the Ray Guard swing to like hope they get a defensive. But I think that's a trap that Dave isn't really gonna fall into. But I think it's why it's still valid to set up, because if he does, then like you get a win on that.
I think Dave is deciding if he wants to go to history stride here.
Yeah, because we know Dave is on it.
Yeah, seeing if he has a valuable pieces with value discard for it. Yeah, riding Ahsha.
I feel like with a hand like this, you must have to first.
Because he just recycled a flower carpet, right? So that means he can copy the flower carpet and then recycle it in the end of the turn, which is very huge.
You can, yeah, you're
Making the history stride like a bit more valuable as it already is.
Do you reckon there's a world here where you try and fish for the ladder, so that you can't get dominated?
Maybe not now. Later at the point,
maybe
depends
next
on the
time.
board state, right?
Yeah, maybe next time if you're gonna do it, because it feels like you don't kill here.
It's also the thing about ladders. Like if he ladder, he can still get renade, and Rena is also annoying, especially with the crest.
I feel like you're trying to burn the quick shields first
Yeah.
before you're gonna renade, because renade given for 1 instead of 2 is like a big hit. Like the only time you ever want to renade for 1 is if their hand is a 1 card. Like
Also to note, like Dave still has Horticulture and 1 counterblast there.
he does, yeah.
So if he wants to make the real aggressive play, he can still make that.
He really can, yeah, you're right. Especially with the 2 force markers, that could be really big. No, but I'm gonna start regret selling the Nectar pretty soon.
I wonder who you sold it to.
Oh. No, the other things are, I owned it for years and I just never played it. Like,
Yeah.
no once. And then Katrina gets unbanned, I'm like, yo, I should play this. And I just never build it.
It's in good hands, don't worry.
True,
I
true,
believe
true.
the guy who bought it is having a good time with it.
Have you been playing it or is it in Alex's hands now?
I mean, Moritz was like Lyros 5 was always playing that deck, which is
funny.
mine, and Alex is playing it. But like, I would be
thought they
playing
looked
Sour
familiar.
probably.
They were calling for me. They were like, Daddy. I'm like, shut up. Like, you're not my son.
Oh, also using the Horticulture here. Very aggressive early game here.
Finna tell this Megaloma they ain't my kid anymore. Disowned.
Dave
reckon
really
just-
has an optimal setup here for the history stride.
Do you just call the Horticultural off? Ooh, that's a PG and that's a Honolulu as well. What do you call off the
You don't have the CB for Horticulture now, so probably the Flower Carpet to have 2 more attacks, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And also,
probably.
like, I don't think it got Nuba got a defensive here or use he got here, so both swing are still very, like, both are 10k shields,
True, yeah, very possible.
which is probably also very annoying to guard here.
Yeah, you're right.
No, my bad, especially the booster behind there is still there.
That's a Fire Carpet. Does Fire Carpet call something on place, I'm assuming?
It's getting a Planto.
Sure.
So these are 18 and 23 columns.
That's
No,
still
never
scary.
mind. This is 20 and 23 column. Because of Arborea, this copy gets plus 2,000.
Punishing with 10k to the 10k base. Yeah, got him with a critical trigger there. And yeah, he's going to take it. That's a heal though.
Oh, that's very huge here.
That is big. No, that's brutal. If see two Shiranuis hit the damage though, that's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
that's kind of rough. Especially if we're having Crest, you can only rush Shiranui, right?
True, yeah. Can't get soul any other way, yeah. Especially when you burn through 2 soul, you don't want to be coming in the crits to it always, so sometimes you do just need to see the Nui rewrites. Yeah, I think Dave's sitting on 9 cards in hand from what we're noticing here. Oh, the Nicholas here is looking at the hand, it's only like, what, 5, 6 cards?
At least he has Shiranui, so no GSS is coming.
Yeah, he does, but I still think that's not happening. Dave is just relaxing here. Dave is so zen. Meanwhile, Nicholas is trying to make it zen. He's just riding his Vanguard, and he's probably going to be striding right now. Yeah, he's probably thinking about the stride there. We are seeing a ladder in his hand, so there you go. Yeah, but you're not going to be using it in
You're
this
not going to
matchup,
use
so.
the matchup, yeah. Yeah, opting to go on History Strike, getting the 2 protect markers is very huge.
Yeah, I feel like they're so important in
Yeah.
this game, especially because you have no other way of getting markers,
Yeah.
right?
Especially also when Neo hits like such high numbers, right? Especially with
Yeah.
the 2 force marks now. If he rides a grade 3 next turn, which has 3 force mark on board, and then you token swing like 20 each, and then you like 40 and 50, which is like high number. It's very annoying to go out with if not having a PG. And especially when you swing with Katrina, you're getting 4 more units or 5 more units out, and then Sin out. Chance of getting triggers are pretty high there. Ooh, only swinging with the Vanguard, not opting to commit any pieces.
I think he's just saying there, Dave, if you want the CB,
Yeah.
risk it. And Dave's looking at his deck going, maybe not, maybe no thanks.
I mean, at this point of stage, right, you don't want to risk anything because you know winning one more gets you the Wars in that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. He's saying no thanks, bro. That's a heal trigger.
Oh,
That's
that is
massive.
very huge.
Second check, third check. I don't think that even matters. I think what matters here is the fact that you healed down to 2. Yeah, I think it's true. I believe it's a CB1 bouncer ring got called 2 tokens, I believe.
I believe so as well.
I think it's from the first Big Clan collection.
It says when it attacks, return
When
1
it
and
attacks,
again.
yeah. Because this was part of the Hanzo support.
Yeah, right. The decoy tokens.
Yeah. To be fair, I used to remember when I used to play that deck, I had a bunch of my friend groups sign different decoy tokens, so I could just call them out. But I realized at one point like I had too many like decoy tokens. I'm like, I'm not going to carry like 30 of these.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Me when I call my 2 useless cards.
I mean, you can intercept with it.
Who do I prefer? I play favorites, Giga-chan.
Well, now back at Dave again. Riding a new grade 3, having 3 force markers here is very huge.
Showing you the BCS force marker, saying he won Worlds that year. He wants to remind you, he never lets you forget it.
Yeah. Also, like, you get 2...
Those were such cool markers. I like them so much. It's so
It's like you get 2 tokens, plant tokens from riding them, right? And now when you throw into history, into Katrina.
History?
My apologies. You stride into Katrina. With the history, you get 3 new plant tokens. So basically, your board is essentially full of plant tokens and hitting with high numbers.
Yeah, like each plant token I think is currently sitting on 20k.
Yeah. So with the force marker, it's like 50, and the other one is 60, which is like not even with 2 cards to guard, right? You need like more than 30 shield, which is like 15, 15, and a 10. Like guarding one swing with 3 cards is.
I forget, Nicholas's G guard, is it grade 1 or grade 1 or less that it takes?
The one that only dominates the grade 1 from back row, so yeah.
Just a grade 1 exactly.
Yeah.
So you can't even take his mark, you can't even take his tokens.
No, that's very
crazy.
painful, yeah.
That's crazy.
But also Nicholas is a very good position here since you check 2 heals, right? So sitting here on 2 damage, you can afford to take some damage. Maybe taking both 3 guards so you go to 4 damage, deny the heals.
True,
Right?
that's possible, yeah.
So,
But if you're Dave, do you play around that? Do you just like not swing once to try and ensure it? Because that gives you the room to still check a heal, right?
depends. I think it's hard to say, right? Because
That's one G-God coming out, and I believe that is the new G-God we're looking at from the last premium collection.
I think it says for each card in hand, right?
Morello, I think it's got CB1 against 5k for each card in your opponent's hand. And then if they have 4 or less, I think you draw one.
I don't believe that Dave has less than 4 hands, but
I never believe it. Dave is born with a hand of 17. He crawled out of the womb saying, I survive hope on them.
So opting to guard the first one and take the second one, that means they are both on 3 damage. So if Dave checks the heals now, I think it's giving him a lot of advantage.
True. Especially because for Dave, this is like an optimal form of counter charge as well.
Yeah.
Because he gets a counter charge without even needing to counter blast. Well, counter charge in quotations. It's just like, I remember every time I'd talk to Eric and he'd go, and he'd say like, oh, my Urine deck has no CC. He goes, I have 4 heals, bro.
I'm
like, oh, he gets it,
he gets
it.
So if you want to go with this angle, Dave is also playing the Stoic KOT, so he has 5 counter charge and the G-Guard.
Dave with that 9 counter charge train, that's crazy. How many G-Gods are you normally on for that? Like 3?
I think usually you play like 3 of those Robotina, right?
Because 2 feels too little, but 4 feels like too much.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's essentially early game that you use one to like recycle the PGs or like recycle Endlar Gold, right?
Yeah.
To have everything in rotation.
Yeah, there you go, and you're going to be recalling everything now, and I think the Enlarged Gold might be adding a heal back to your hand as well, which is really, really important. And effectively Enlarged Gold. Popping the outline, I think you're going to be adding a heal gun to hand most likely, right?
I believe so, or a ride for next turn to be more aggressive. Having a rewrite against a protect deck is very valuable, right? Because you gain more force market, which forces them to use more PG or it's even more guard. Since Shiranui most of the time only gets to protect markets after history strike, that means it's very hard for them to find PGs. They have to.
Second check critical then. So the deck thinning starting to come up slowly. That's going to be, our crit and an Enlarged Gold, I believe? Or is that another Peony?
I couldn't quite follow that since he was...
It looked like a grade 3, so I would assume it's going to be a Peony, but it might have been an Enlarged Gold. We'll find out when Dave pops his hand up. Yeah, but that's going to be going to 4 damage for Nicholas. Again, Nicholas putting a really good fight, but again, Nectar can produce such high pressure. It's kind of insane. Because I can see his hand's only 3 cards there. It's getting really small. 2 cards now.
Dave is really looking at a tough matchup. He knows how to deal with it.
3 cards now, 3 cards. So his hand was on 5, I believe. Yeah, and he's going to pass, and Nicholas is going to try and survive on 3 cards he's got going for him. 3 cards in a dream. He draws for turn. Yeah, he's showing us, the heal got to stride.
That's rough.
That is brutal.
Especially also the last few turns he didn't commit any regards, right?
As well.
That means he probably doesn't have many sources which he can spare to call down, right? Which is very rough.
Yeah, that's true.
1 restand at least, and then with Mukuro effect.
Yeah, he's going to Soul Blast 2 discard 1, I believe.
Yeah, and then dominate the Vanguard and swing to all the regards to wipe away the board. I think he's just going to Mukuro in this case to getting the 2 drive checks and especially going to having more resource, right? Especially if Seki says it's 1 Vanguard swings, you can use the effect. So it already gets a draw and the plus 10 for the Seki already.
There you go, he Soul Blast there, so he doesn't have a chance to counter charge.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a chance to PG it. Oh, sorry, Seki has the PG, has to do it now. Because we saw Dave get rid of the PGs earlier.
Correct.
So he just doesn't want to give him the opportunity. He's going to go, like, you want to do it now, you're going to waste it on a rear guard. Like, you're wasting this. First Kitsune Fox and Kitsune.
Checking to stride help, but not probably the piece you really want to see at this point.
That's rough, yeah. In the meantime, he's double checking powers there. Ooh, Nicholas fanning it out like a pro. These are the hand gestures of a man who has checked his soul many times.
You know this man definitely not a beginner, right? If you can find out this like this. Getting a Shiranui. Does he opt to call down the Shiranui to at least have regards to swing? Because with the crest scaling, you have some powers on regards, right?
I believe he isn't, but this list isn't on Zanki, is it? Because I know some lists were teching in a Zanki. I don't believe
When I watched the list before, he only plays 4 overall and 2 of the Mizukaze.
Yeah, because I know at one point there was a stage where Nui players were teching in a Zanki.
Ooh, calling down a crit.
Well, I suppose it's 24, right?
Yeah, I mean, crest scaling, haha.
Funny card.
Trading a 15 shield for 15 shield, huh?
Yeah.
And also going to solo and draw a card.
And the cool thing as well is what he did there is because he soul blasted 1 for the opponent's Vanguard swing, because it's his Vanguard at that moment, the Seki is able to draw a card and gain 10k.
Right, yeah.
And is Seki once per turn?
No, Seki's not once per turn, so if
So he's going to be able to do it on both effects. So he's going to be able to suck that in and pop it. Oh man, that's crazy. That is a crazy interaction. Because yeah, that Brigade is what, 40k right now? Going to be 50?
It's going to be alone on 30k, right? And then with the 20k, so it should be 50.
But it's 40 and then going to 50 if he procs it again. Because he's going to swing and then reset.
Yeah, because he used it before on the Mukuro swing. The funny part of Seki is you can also use it when you dominate opponent's Vanguard.
Because it's your Vanguard.
It doesn't reset, but you still get to draw and draw a card. Using the Robotina here, recycling 2 pieces, and the counter charge here. Cycling 2 flower carpet, also guarding like very efficiently, because this goes up to 43 and he swings with 40k. The exact shooting amount you needed.
Puts the soul, draw a card, soul blast 1, and draw a card, yeah. That's pretty crazy. Pop and draws 1. And yeah, just like these little tiny interactions are just so efficient.
Yeah, the crest scaling really makes like you don't need to really commit a boost. Sometimes just a lone attacker makes big numbers already.
We're on 50k now, right? So yeah, they got PG coming out, and that's 1 crit. That's huge.
Make it to 60k.
Check. That's Overtrigger coming out.
Drag Vader.
Drag Vader is a brutal card. In fact, we haven't seen many games today decided by OT, so this might be the first. Because that is a big moment. Does he have the soul right now?
I think he still has...
He has 1 more soul. That is insane.
Did he opt to put the 100 million on the Regard? Because it has a crit 2 swing, right?
No, I believe he put it on the Vanguard there. But I think it's still 60k, right? That's still massive. Now the heal doesn't come up, but... Yeah, the crit coming on the Regard. Vanguard swinging again. Soul Blast restand to draw 1 more card. That is brutal. Yeah, I think this might just be a little too much for Dave to keep up with at the moment.
It could be over here. Let's see if Dave has enough shield to guard this whole turn. Oh, no guarding here.
It's first check, second check. That's a heal. No heal, but that's no damage. That's the
OT
Overtrigger coming out.
Oh.
That's the Overtrigger coming out from Dave's side as well. That's
Canceling
the world champ difference.
with an OT. That really is the world champ difference here.
This is the world champ diff. Yeah, but that's Dave playing to his outs. He knows what's up. And he just gets an extra turn off of that. That is crazy. He is asking for the drop zone.
Just to really confirm things. Also, like with the Drag Vader there, Nubatama got 3 more cards, which is could be valuable also for surviving the next turn.
Yeah, if anything pushes him over the edge, it's going to be this, but Dave's in such a good position at this moment in time. He's considering his options here. Is he going to be rewriting?
Really crucial turn here. Dave really wants to check all the resources which are out, which are not out, to seeing what to do the correct play here is.
Sure.
Playing around stuff. Now that both overtriggers are out, 1 turn cannot be really stopped by an overtrigger, or like you never have to have consideration to call the OT pass and randomly getting checked by an OT. Oh, riding another grade 3, getting another force marker, hitting with huge numbers here. Getting 2 plant tokens.
Yeah, I reckon he probably just tries to strike Katrina here to try and filter more.
I believe that Katrina is also the play here, but maybe Dave has something else in mind, right? We never know.
Sea Launch goal coming out as well. Probably Katrina here. There we go, that's Katrina coming out.
Anyway, call 4 tokens.
Yeah, effectively
And
launch
from
goal is
Ella
going
go
to
draw a
draw.
card, yeah.
Skill of Katrina. You're going to be
15
flipping
second
another Cyclone.
Makes all the plant tokens 25k now.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's very huge numbers. So both columns swing for 70k. Oh my, that's a huge number.
And you know he's out as well, which is which is critical here. Because you know that option just doesn't exist in Nicholas anymore.
As Nicholas, you check 1 defensive and still have to go with like 50k shield. Calling down the horticulture here. So we also spoke before that the G-God only dominates grade 1s, right? So Nubatama cannot use a G-God to take away the booster here. So you know it's at least coming 6 swings here. 6 very big swings. It's very tough turn to guard here.
It's kind of crazy because like you kind of watch Nicholas trying to like see if there's any out where you can like hold on to life here.
Yeah.
Because that defensivity from Dave's side was
I think
wild.
Nicholas is also starting to count triggers, knowing that 1 trigger can already be very deadly here.
But yeah, that's the thing with Katrina. It's such a scary deck to go up against. And Dave's got all the CB in the world.
Yeah.
Dave has so much.
If Dave really wants to go very aggressively, he can go very wide and even decide on Katrina swing, call down another horticulture elf.
True.
Which makes it like 7 attacks a turn.
I feel like by the time you're looking at like the timer though, because you're looking at about like 7-8 minutes left.
Yeah.
I think you're kind of hitting the point where like, okay, no, they do need to start like wrapping up this game, right? Because if they don't, you know, it's just going to go to time 3 turns and.
They still have like overtime of 10 minutes, right?
So still, yeah.
I believe both of these players know exactly how to handle the top cut, so if they hear the overtime, they know exactly what they have to do. Counting the shield values here, maybe thinking if he cannot guard the full turn, I have to try to gamble on some defenses here.
Guarding a ray guard with a PG is kind of a lot. Well, I mean, I could say it's 70k ray guards, like that's insane. Yeah, there you go. He's
Probably
going for
arguably the
the
biggest swing here, so.
He's going for the massive numbers. He knows that's all he's got to go for.
Swinging with 55k here alone. The force market is putting here some work. They've recycling the grade 3 rewrites here before to making huge numbers, even not having all tokens is very deadly for Nicholas here.
Yeah, even like just this, a 45k swing on the ray guard, like on the solo token. That's crazy numbers. Yeah, he's again taking the shield off of Dave's hand.
The token alone is 25 with 2 force mark, 45 on its own. Very hard to guard here.
It really is, yeah. And the intercept coming out as well. Really forcing Nicholas's hand here. Forcing him to like use everything he's got.
Six cards left, I believe, Nicholas' hand. Now Dave gets a chance again to filter 4 more cards out.
True, he does, yeah.
Which also compresses the deck and gets another more trigger. There we see another horticulture, so we can see the same attack pattern what he did before, he can do it again.
Yeah, he does.
And no
yeah,
Honley
right.
on board, that means Nasi can hold him. He doesn't have to spare any other CBs.
Spare no expense. That's a
Doesn't
critical
have to
trigger.
spend- oh. I think Nicholas
Second
just
check.
low out it here.
Second check, nothing. Third check, that's a heal trigger as well. So yeah, still healing down to 4 on top of everything.
Giving extra
Nicholas
power
taking
here is
first
nice,
damage.
but also allowed.
So that's going to be game,
that's nice.
and Dave is going to be going back to Worlds. What a fantastic game for one of our former world champions. Mr. Washed no longer. He is. I'm so happy for
3
Dave.
years in a row. Can you imagine not qualifying with Geek Chronicle?
Unreal. What an imposter. What a sussy boy.
You
That
sure
is
it was really Dave
fraudulent.
playing? You're not sure it was someone else?
I can't believe it. I can't believe Dave would do it to us. But we're going to take a really, really quick break. We're going to be right back for the grand finals between Dave. So we have Dave for 4 rounds in a row. And we'll be seeing him very, very shortly. We'll see you guys in just a moment. Stay safe and we'll see you in the grand finals. Bye guys.